Cherilyn Albert, 24, dancer, choreographer, artistic director of Instigate Unknown. I have trained in tap, ballet, jazz, and along the way I found street dance, and then when I started to study dance, that's where I found contemporary. So all those styles influence my movement and my choreography. I have always known that I wanted to be a choreographer, and the name Instigate Unknown comes from the fact that I don't know why I started dancing, but I'm definitely here to stay. I enjoy fashion. I enjoy picking up random instruments and trying to play them. And I just like messing around, making people laugh and laughing until I can't breathe. Lag, delay, imagine.
Lag, delay, imagine is about patience and how you react when something unexpected happens, as in how creative are you able to be at that moment.
The words that come to mind are stressful but entertaining.
To me, it's all about empathy, because we've been going through a time in which our only way to be together has been online.
One of my favourite moments during lockdown is when we were doing freestyle rounds and ads started playing, and Cherilyn said, just if ads play, just carry through with the freestyle. And for me, it's that imagination and that spontaneous creativity that Cherilyn always brings on. Is finding possibilities in anything. Anything is worth trying, and I think that's really makes our practice really rich. It means also that anything can turn into a gem, into something valuable.
I enjoyed seeing the struggle of using Zoom and the technical difficulties that could occur, such as music or audio not working.
Yeah, I can hear. Sorry.
Technical difficulties that have arisen are kind of new to all of us. We're all in the same boat, and I really feel like, we've been able to laugh about it and just help each other out. Because of the lag, you're seeing things come together on the screen that wouldn't have come together if we'd have actually been in synchronization.
I decided to go with this theme, as I feel like it has been a really big part of moving our training online, and I'm going to talk about them individually, but in its entirety, I guess, to me it means the obstacles that we've had to face, how we've overcome them, and what has been born out of those challenges that we've had to face.
Oh, Cleo, we can't hear you.
Oh no.
Wait, speak again.
Hello?
Lag has been, I think, us falling in and out of sync with each other, whether that be technically with the music or having misunderstandings, because it's harder to communicate through the screen.
I'm guessing I also make absolutely no sense.
This is a public call-out announcement for someone tech savvy.
Someone needs to sort out the music lag for us dancers on Zoom.
Yeah.
That is hard as well to navigate.
I believe it's week 5, it's ingrained in my head. A time where I was teaching new choreography, and it's probably the one section that has very varied musicality. When I watched the recording back, I am so out of sync with the music that my dancers were hearing. And this lag continued for the rest of the rehearsal, and I'm completely oblivious to the fact that it's not making sense to them. I have absolutely no clue how they all soldiered on and learnt it as usual. The other day actually I had to ask, why did you guys not say anything?
Questions? You guys alright?
Sometimes it's your device that's going a bit wrong. You just kind of stay quiet and you wait it out, and things usually fall back in sync after a while. It's hard to train online, and we do get the sense that we want, as less disruptions as possible. Sometimes someone can't hear the music.
I think you forgot to share the sounds. Oh crap!
Sometimes we can't hear each other.
Why can I hear anything now?
No, Kyrie's just on mute.
Oh, okay.
There's so many examples.
Back to my phone, stop! And then you guys stopped, and I'm like, no, you don't stop. I'm not shouting at you, guys don't stop. I can't see you guys, but yeah.
We can't see you.
2, 2, 1, 2.
Delay, it's how we cope with the situation, or how we end up reacting, or what ends up happening because of the lag. We then are in a delay. This whole situation is a delay. We've been delayed to starting properly, in a sense.
This is particularly hard for me to choreograph, I feel like, online, but we're doing it anyway. The skeleton is there.
I don't think delay is always necessarily a negative thing. It's kind of like holding off, or having to hold off for a reason. Delay can be entertaining, can be disruptive, can be both.
We all have to dance to the advert, how about that?
Please play responsibly. How do we control coronavirus now?
NHS Test and Trace helps stop the spread of the virus in our communities. If you've got symptoms,
Save lives. We're pleased to be reopening drive-through lanes and
There's been a rehearsal where Marta was injured, a rehearsal where I wasn't feeling well, and that's a delay, I guess, because it prevents stuff from happening or slows things down. But arguably, neither of us would have made it into rehearsals if it wasn't remotely.
One person traveling, the rest filter in, and then da 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 da. We'll do that final choreography, and that will be it.
This example is a little bit random. I have really enjoyed the way that Marta and Leah fix the camera for each other, the way it affects their movement, changes what the choreography looks like, and what their improvisations are. Choreographically, I start to think about the possibilities of seeing things at different angles. Like, whoa, imagine if this was dance on film and the camera was swooping in from one angle and then panning slowly from the side. And they're not conscious that they're doing this for each other, but they are. They're live editing the sessions. I've tried to choreograph and keep rehearsals the same as it would be if we was in the studio. So I saw a really nice moment happen between Beth and Marta. They'd created solos around a shared motif that we all had, and the way that they handled the movement, I just felt like it fitted nicely together, and so I created a duet. Although they're on separate screens, there's still what it becomes. I know it's largely based on our imagination of them being side by side, but it's still a duet that we've created, and all that's left to do is take it into the space. One thing that I realise I'm going to have to wait until the studio for is dynamics.
Ha ha ha, boom, boom, ta boom, boom, boom. It's got a lot of energy. Boom, ta ta ta, boom, ta ta ta, boom, ta ta, boom, 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 boom. Relax. That makes sense. Just so you know, again, I'm not expecting you to do that now, but just so you know, I can't expect them to do that, and I can't expect myself to do that in the environment we're in. There's a reason why we have dance studios with sprung floor, and we're more prepared than we think as a community. Dancers, we're very used to marking out movement. We have great abilities to kind of imagine and play out scenarios in our minds. I have no doubt that when we get into the studio, obviously it will take some time, but everyone's on the same page as to what kind of energy needs to be given and dynamics to the movement. But for now, we just need to live through it in our minds. In conclusion, I think that lockdown has taught me that our greatest assets can be the things that challenge us.
And I love that that's what I feel like I've been taught, because I feel like that's the basis of problematic props as well, which is our methodology, which is, you know, giving yourself a problem and then working things out from there. And I didn't think I was going to enjoy being forced to start working remotely, but I don't think we would have been able to have such a rich connection and rich training if we wasn't in lockdown. Favourite moment is a difficult one, because there's been so many great and so many just funny moments as well. I think my favourite moment has to be the first couple of weeks teaching my dancers unrest, because none of them had known it before and it hasn't been performed since 2014, and it's just lovely to see it on different bodies and get different creative input and to start developing it into something longer.
My name is Cherilyn Albert, and that has been my episode on lag, delay, imagine.